operator in France. You now have 60 seconds to convince me, but I have to open my data.
Okay, it's okay. This is a motorway operator, so you're clearly interested in probably keeping maintenance costs down in your network, ensuring safety on your motorway, managing traffic, being able to anticipate spending on roadway project and so on. And for that, you likely have some systems that, of course, already do this monitoring. But how good are the visualization you're able to get from them? And are you able to share them with your innovative community? Because when you open up your data, you open yourself up to the possibility of working collaboratively, just like in a social network on future highway project. Because you are not alone to decide, and you have to get some insight coming from all your community and sometimes your own customers. So maybe your data will be clearly shown. Will clearly show you, where the traffic jams most frequently occur, and people that use your highway every day likely already are aware of it, but they can use now the data to come up with ideas to solve these problems, so to help you to solve this problem and to best develop the road, not only classical communication, but to be part of your community. So now you're immediately saving money on consulting costs, which I assume are very high now, keeping the project cost lower, and most importantly, you're working together with your user, ensuring a most successful project, because from the beginning, you involve your customers and all your stakeholders in designing the solution for the future. So while creating a great brand image for yourself, of course, if you are thinking about the image of your company. So you can use this positive image in your favor to help you win, of course, a future contract, because your contractors will be interested in it, as well to manage more highways, and that helps you to build your business further, because you are a company and you want to develop your business. So this is just one example of how you can reduce your data. So it's all.
Okay. That was more than 60 seconds. But
yeah, sorry.
Let's say you convince me.
Okay.
I'm not ready to open my data. But what happens next?
Yeah.
Why, what, and how should I start?
So, well, yes, of course, I have some tips, but I tell you to start off small. Just, okay, you can think big, just like the startup, but you have to start small. And with just a few data sets to learn best practices and to ensure that, the high quality of the data. Because the first steps will be very important. If there is some deception by your community and users, it will be hard to come again and say, okay, I improved my... So you have to pay great attention at the beginning, smart, small, very high quality data sets, and you will be able then to build up supporters. You have to build up your community of supporters for your project, and after that you will be able to build up you want to pick up a topic. After freeing some specific high-quality data sets, you will pick up a topic which is connected to real concerns you have, and you will publish the data connected to that topic. And then it makes really easier to get the data published at first, and to be shared with your own collaborators, because most of the time the hurdles for freeing and entering into this opening data approach are inside of your own company. So because you will get supporters outside the company, because you are bringing high quality data, because you want to solve specific topics, and you will it will be easier also to convince your own collaborators to open the data, which is one of the main challenges when you want to open the data. And then you, last but not least, you have to be really clear about the license, because we talk about the platform and technical feature and the easiness of opening the data and the community, but because you are also opening the data, you have to be really clear about the reuse license. You have to put it online to say exactly what people can do or cannot do, because most of the time people won't be so hard with you if you say, okay, you cannot do that. But if it is not clear, this is the wrongest situation, because people either will do some things you didn't want them to do, so you will entering into struggling with them and having bad relationships with them. So you have to pay great attention to the license too.
Okay, so I chose my lessons.
Yeah.
I put my data online. It's available for all, but it might be critical. But me, I need people to work on it, to play with it, and maybe develop new services, innovative services. How to proceed now?
Well, I would say it's not quite original, but the most important step is to make sure that your data are reused. Is to make sure that the people know that the data are there. So be sure that you have filled out the metadata. So we didn't speak about the metadata before, but it is really important. The metadata help your datasets to be found by search engines, for example. If you don't fill very well the metadata, the search engines don't pay attention to the data inside the dataset. So you have to be really really focused on that, and it is part of the high quality data surrounding your datasets. So be sure you do that correctly, for example, and so that people know that and find what they are looking for precisely. So you have to. There is an offer of data, there is a demand of data, and if you want the data and the offer met correctly, you have to pay attention to metadata. You should, of course, after that, make some noise locally about the data project. So if people don't know what it is about, that the data is there, okay, it will occur nothing. So people need to know that the data are there before, of course, they can develop ways to reuse them. And be sure at the end, further than the non-technical person reuser, be sure that there is an API, because through the API, people will search within directly the datasets to sort, to filter the record, to build the best and most powerful and useful application. So again, it's also really important to provide details about and documentation about the API. And sorry for repeating, to say it again, pay great attention to the license, because the person who will reuse your data have to know very clearly what they can do and cannot do with your data.
Okay.
If you want to build a strong network, all the data cannot always be shared freely because it could have some private concerns, commercial concerns. Okay, fine. But at the end, people have to know very clearly what it can do and not do.
Okay. So finally, my data are online.
Yeah.
I have a community to work on
Yes.
it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
We now have the 2 key ingredients for successful smart city innovation. And now that's up to you.